Hello everyone, welcome to our next lesson. Today we're going to be looking at the normal distribution. Well, the normal distribution is when you have something that is distributed normally. And we see this everywhere, whether we're looking at people's height, whether we're looking at how many cars they own, whatever. Most people are in the middle. And then there's a couple people that are really high and there's a couple people that are really low. So that's what a normal distribution is. Now the typical questions that we get for normal distribution is where you get the numbers. So you get the numbers, these numbers, and you have to figure out the percentage. Or the second kind of question is where you get the percentage. So you get the percentage and you have to figure out the numbers. Or the third one, the third type of question is where the mean or the standard deviation is not given and you have to figure it out. So we'll go through all three types of questions. So the first one, if you get the numbers and you have to find out the percent, the way to do this is you put it into the calculator, go calculate. This is a probability question, it's a distribution, it's normal distribution. So what we're going to use all the time is normal CDF when you have the numbers. So it gives the lower bound, the upper bound, the mean, and the standard deviation. Well, for this question, the lower bound, so we're trying to figure out between 87 and 103, so the lower bound is 87. The upper bound is 103. Then you just simply type in the mean and the standard deviation, which was 95 and 8. 95 and 8. Sometimes they say what percentage has less than 103 if the mean was 95 and the standard deviation is 8. Well, your lower bound, you just need something very, very low. So how about 0? Then you press OK, you get the number. So 84% are between the numbers 0 and 103 if the mean is 95 and the standard deviation is 8. The second kind of question is where you're given the percentage and you have to find the number. Once again, we go to menu, we go to probability, it's a distribution, but instead of normal CDF, we're doing the opposite, we're doing the inverse. We're given the percentage and you have to find the number. So inverse, then you have to put the area in. So if we look at one of the questions, so find the K values such that 16% of chests are below the K. So 16%, so if I drew this out, 16% are below some K value. Well, we know the mean is 95, so your numbers should be lower than 95. So if we go back, this is 16, so 0.16. The mean was 95. And the standard deviation was 8. Press enter. And the number is 87.0. So that is your K value. It's 87.0. Okay? Only thing that's tricky about this question is sometimes they say 16% are above. So it would be this, is 16% or above. Just realize that in the calculator, the percentage or the area only goes to the left. So instead of writing 16%, what you would be writing is 84%. The last kind of question. The last kind of question is when you don't have the mean or the standard deviation. In order to do that kind of question, what you have to do is convert it by using this formula. Z is equal to x minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So suppose they said that 22% are less than 15 with a mean of, oh, I don't know, 20, and the standard deviation is not given. Well, what you do for this question is your x value is 15, your mean is 20, your standard deviation is what you're trying to figure, and the 22% goes into the z-score. So what you're going to be doing in the calculator is menu, probability, distribution, inverse normal, and the area was 22%, so 0.22. But this time, you keep your mean as 0 and your standard deviation is 1. So we get negative 0.772. So negative 0.772. What this means is, here you have the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. What we are doing is we're converting our regular, where we had the mean is 20 with a standard deviation of, we don't know, and we're looking at 15. What we're doing is converting that number to this number. So our number was negative 0.772, so negative 0.772. Now you've got a formula. With all this information, you can figure what the standard deviation is. This is a tricky question, and we will go more in detail in class. Hope this helps. Have a good day.